How's it going, guys? Happy Hoodzuck here, back at you with another modding tutorial. Today, we're going to be going over a great RPG game, Dungeon Siege. Specifically, Legends of Aranna, which was the expansion to the original Dungeon Siege. Now, for all you avid cult lovers, as you know, when you try to load it up on Steam, you kind of run into two problems. The first being, you can't load into multiplayer. It won't let you. Now you can bypass that through using Steam console commands. But then the other biggest issue is you can't even get Legends of Aranna to work. It's non-existent. So how do you get past that? Well, we're going to get into that with this mod. It will take care of all that. The other thing that it'll allow you to do is that it'll allow you to save your quests. Where unlike the original Dungeon Siege multiplayer, as soon as you leave the game, you lose your quests. We're going to be using what's called Killah's fix, and it's very straightforward, and I'm going to do this as slow as possible. So, let's jump into this. So down in the link in the description, you're going to see a link to Mediafire, which has Killah's fix in it. And at the right, you're seeing this big, beautiful blue download button of 575.5 megabyte download. You're going to just simply click on that. And then you're probably going to get an advertisement, and you're going to click out of that. And it's going to say, your download is starting. Then eventually what will happen is it'll say, download started, prepare your download. And sometimes it'll pop up here. Sometimes it doesn't for some reason. For me, it hasn't been doing that. So at the top right, you're going to hit your drop down if it didn't already come up. And all you're going to simply do is you're going to see save as, open, just hit open. All right. So now you should see the file in front of you. Now, if you don't have WinRAR, I'm pretty sure it just comes up as a file, so it's just going to open up anyways. WinRAR is a modding software. But you're just going to minimize out of that. And we're just going to simply take this, and we're going to put it on the right side of our screen. So it takes up the other half. Alright, so on the right side of your screen, you got Killah's fix. And now simply what we're going to do is navigate to our Dungeon Siege directory. So you're going to go down and you're going to navigate down to your File Explorer. And in here, we're going to take this and we're going to put it to our left side of our screen so it blows up like this. And you're going to navigate wherever it is in your computer after you open your File Explorer to your PC, or this PC, or my computer. And you're going to double click on that. So, you need to navigate to where your Steam is. So wherever that may be. If you have one drive, then very simple, then you're just going to find it in that drive. For me, though, I have it broken up into two different drives. So for me, it's in my D Games drive. So whatever the drive is that you have Steam on, you're going to double click on it. Next, you're going to locate and find Steam. And you're going to double click on that. You're going to go down until you find Steam apps. Double click on that. You're going to locate Common and double click on it. And from there, you should see your games. We're going to find Dungeon Siege 1. And we're going to double click on that. From here, we're in the Dungeon Siege directory. Now, all you're simply going to do is go over to Killah's fix, Dungeon Siege, or Legends of Aranna, and you're going to highlight every single file in there. And you're going to drag it, and I would recommend to drop it down at the bottom, because sometimes you can drop it into a file above by accident. And you're going to place it right in there. And when that's done, it's going to say this destination has 22 files with the same names. And you're just going to simply click replace the files in the destination. And once you've done that, that's it. That is the mod, actually. That's pretty much it. That was very simple. You can brush your hands. Now, once you load the game, you will see that it is working You can tell just by the screen. Unlike the original, it would have more of the steampunk looking version, whereas this is green. And now you will be able to play the campaign plus multiplayer. Now I do want to show you something real quick, that the multiplayer version for Killah's Fix has something that's very unique. And I'm just going to state this right now, that if you're trying to play this with a friend or family member, how you're going to do it is you're going to want to run it through a LAN using Hamachi. And make sure your firewalls are down. Something that I usually don't advocate on, but the thing is that it'll, at least from my personal experience, it would block any person that I ever had trying to play online with me. But where you would see that when you would have Hamachi up is right here. You see where that 192 is? Well, that'll get pushed over, and your Hamachi will actually be in front of that. And then that's what the person trying to join will put in. But two things to point out here that's really nice about this mod is, the first thing that, as all of you know, one problem that the original Dungeon Siege was starting to run into was that at max, it would only run at a 12, if I recall correctly, it would run at a 1280 by 800 at max. Well, Killah's Fix lets you run all the way up to a 1920 by 1080, which is really nice, as well as other options for wider or bigger, wider monitors. The last thing that's on here is one of the best things on this, which is now you can save your quests. So in the past, when you would play with your friends, you would actually, as soon as you would leave the game, you would lose your quest that you did with your friends or family. Now when you complete the quest, right after you complete one, you can hit save quests, and it'll say quest saved. And when you leave and come back, that'll actually be there when you return. With that being said, that's pretty much all I got to showcase for, so I appreciate all of you coming and watching this video, and I hope it helped you guys out as much as possible for all you Dungeon Siege fans. I'll see you in the next modding tutorial, and let me know if you have any requests for modding for any other games or another Dungeon Siege video. Happy Hoodzuck out.